it very quickly becomes needed as you're doing dungeons 12, sort of forcing it upon.
Max, imagine they take your one entire dungeon with uninterruptible mobs idea and then create a new Xalatath affix that selectively buffs mobs, but also makes them interruptible and gives you a buff for getting the kicks on them while it's alive. Not a bad idea, blow up.
On people.
That's a bad idea, blow up.
That's actually kind of a fine idea. I don't know why I said that.
Which is
but I don't know.
accelerating the cast of mobs. Now, hear me out. I know that sounds insane, but if you have a mob that has a cast time of 1.5 seconds, for example, why is it not like a 5-second cast at like keys below 6? And then at 6, it becomes what you would call the regular level of 1.5 seconds. Why do we not have like insanely slow casts in earlier level dungeons to give people time to see like, oh, that mob is casting. Oh, it might be lethal. Oh, I have to take time. Because really, as players are learning, their reaction times are slower. They're distracted by other things. They're still learning their specs. They're still understanding what's going on. Just having some beers and hanging out with friends.
Yeah, just drinking.
Why is
Fuck
that
it.
not actually allowing you to have a little bit more of an on-ramp? And they say, oh, okay, like, I don't know, past 6 or something. It's the regular sort of cast that they have
just
going
fucking
on.
get
Better
drunk,
alerts or information really in the game itself to tell you about like the strengths or understanding of how you can use defense. Yeah, you could use a defensive like Astral Shift, which is a 40% damage reduction, but if you use it at a proper time, basically wasted, right? You know, you could mitigate half of a hit, or you can mitigate 1 or 2 dot ticks, but if you miss the rest of it, or you're already low health or something like that,
Kind of crazy how we low-key
really
got
wasted.
to a 8 mythic tonight. We just kind of low-key got
to
that.
give healers time to respond to what the
pretty
burst
cool.
damage is really doing to the dungeon.
Pretty fucking
And I think
cool.
we've already seen really big swings in overall healer output in just how you're playing.
Few
one
more
healer versus
anniversary
another.
achievements we
And
gotta
that
run
also plays a
down.
really big role in like how healer
did the new
balance is
candy
going forward,
gathering,
sort of
so that's
agency that healers
fine.
have to heal through mistakes and make up for those mistakes that you can continue sort of progressing through those dungeons. I think what we have right now is a really like simple but brutal way of teaching people to play the game and to force upon them to get better. And for those who are not going to be as comfortable with it or don't have the time or desire to be going through lots of third-party sites and research and understanding,
Oh my
all
God,
of
I'm
this,
mad.
because it's a freaking video.
Dude, when I hear third party now, I just fucking my
Third-party
whole body
sites
quakes.
I
blow
don't
up.
think that they need to just
My whole body just
chop
fucking
it down to 5-button
violently
rotations
quakes.
by any means. But you have
Fuck.
to admit that WoW has gotten incredibly bloated with all of these resources.
Oh,
and when
there's so
you
much
design
bloat.
around it, it
Oh my
becomes
God,
even
defensive
more
bloat.
challenging
Oh,
for people
oh
to
my
develop.
God, I'm mad. I'm
But
mad.
hey, this is just my opinion throughout this video, so let me know what you guys think about. Also, like, what
drink
challenges
some
have you
water.
been experiencing throughout this Mythic Plus season? What I've really seen so far is it seems like there's less groups willing to start posting up in LFG as they start progressing in dungeons, and
There's
I
no
think that
tanks.
it's only going to get
That's kind of always
more
the
and
thing,
more
though.
exclusive, especially at keys over 12s, to find groups and find that sort of community, which makes WoW a great game to play.
W.
And having so much coordination needed in
All right,
dungeons,
time to
more
give
than
up on the
ever
dream of a
before,
10
I think
and
also
start
makes it even
queuing for
harder
nines.
for new people to start getting into the game and understanding the game.
Trying to get
and keep
one done
having new
tonight,
players
fam.
coming into the system
One
to
or
keep
the
it
other.
vibrant and fresh. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for
Vibrant and
watching. Huge
fresh.
love.
Fuck you, man. Come on. What are you saying right now? What are you? Come on. Oh, dude's foam rolling. Guys, we got a foam roll. We got a. I'll move chat so you can see it. We got a fucking foam roller right there. That is someone who is stretching. Love a good stretch.
To our
Let's
patrons,
fucking
we
go.
make
Bro
all
is
this content
stretching.
possible. If you'd like to join and get access to
Who
new
are those
videos,
people?
be sure to check it out in the description.
Who the
down
fuck
below.
are those people? Why did?
Game and understand what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and huge love to our patrons who make.
Oh, you have a Patreon. What is his Patreon for? Let's check that out. What do I get for being a Jack Patreon sub? It's not here. You don't have a link to your. Oh, here it is. Automatic ads. So and it's so bright, and it's just the brightest thing ever. Creating the next level of World of Warcraft healer content. For a cleric, you get access to all previous tier rewards. That's the first tier, buddy. Your name or character name at the end.
That's the
of
first
every
tier,
video is a
buddy.
Special thank you. Okay, parasocial shit. Thank you so much for the support. Okay, so give me $5 for fucking nothing. Oh, you get Discord access. That's fine. Early access. To new
Give me
videos. Okay, that
$5
actually
for
works. That's
fucking
$15
nothing.
a month. Higher contributor recognition. Extra parasocial. Receive healer coaching. Oh, that's actually hype. Receiving healer coaching by submitting your VODs or logs monthly. That is fucking worth. That is worth as fuck. Early access to write-ups. So many people could use help on that. Early access to write-ups. Okay, so tier 2 is worth it. And then tier 3. Why is Max dissing? I'm not dissing Jack. I'm just fucking talking. And the $25 being
He's
a
yapping.
bishop. This is the most popular.
It's
Okay,
just
so you get a
yapping.
good Patreon.
Not a big deal.
Because the most popular
He's not the
one
big
is
deal.
the one where you give him the most money. Access to
No
all previous
politic
tier rewards.
here.
Exclusive
Not the big
coaching channel.
deal.
Get access to my exclusive coaching channel on my Discord where you get priority access to any and all questions. Damn, that's crazy. Because, like, Most people charge $50 for like a coaching session, but it sounds like he's doing it for $20. Or maybe they're just not asking for it all the time or something to where that's worth it, because that would be like so time consuming. Like, that's pretty value, honestly. If you're a Patreon, that's probably good value. That includes at least one VOD log and UI review a month. That's a lot of work, actually. I would never do that. Thank you so much. Okay, W. All right, makes sense. Makes sense. Patreons are pretty good. I don't even know what I would include in my Patreon. My Patreon would be so shallow and self-serving. It would just be like, there's a $5 tier and you get absolutely nothing. You can just support me more. That would be sweet. And then like, there's no more tiers. That's my Patreon. I'll put your fucking name at the end of my video or something. I don't know. Do people care about that? Do people like when you see the name at the end of the video, does that like fucking just get you going, you know? Like, that would get me going, dude. Holy fuck. I'd be like, oh my God, that's me. Holy fuck. Move your chat? No. Oh wait, why is my chat in the middle of my screen? That is good. That is good. That is good.
And now let's leak a little RM Brown Patreon content. Let's get a little
Arun Brown?
Who?
Arun Brown?
Oh, is that the guy that says
You can French kiss the guy next to you.
Yeah, that's him.
Ooh, hey. Hey guys.
Hey.
This is the patron-only show. Again, we've gone through this. There are people watching this who are not patrons. There are many
True.
non-patrons watching this. And to them, I say, new segment alert. Behind the scenes crap, let's call it. Okay, that we don't have a graphic for. I literally just made it up.
Behind the scenes crap.
So I put a notice about this on my little, I don't know, what is it, little notes on YouTube, that the Majority Report, for some reason, they made a huge mistake. They let me sit around for their election night coverage.
I've been in the toilet stall.
Because you guys are grifters. You're about to be value-tained.
The authoritarians are coming for you. They want your asshole to be stimulated. You need a tongue bath, and I'm your guy. Haitians are eating cats and dogs.
Whoa.
Haitians are eating cats and dogs.
Hey, unbelievable.
I was drinking, playing sounds too loud, being annoying, being stupid. But you know, the Majority Report, they're celebrities to me. So I was nervous, so I just kept drinking alcohol. And that did not work. That made things kind of worse. I was like, oh, I'm gonna
What happened to
I don't want to
my
act stupid. I don't want to act stupid around these
drink
people who
shot?
are celebrities
It's not
to
on
me.
my bar.
I'll just drink alcohol.
Can't be having
I'll
that.
just become stupider. That's a good idea. Ooh, wow, that's a good decision making right there.
By the way, folks, if I can ask you guys a favor, if you're here, do me a favor. Don't speak up because I can actually hear it.
Yeah, shut the
hell up.
hell
And if
up.
you're on the side, please don't do that. If you want to talk to each other, just go to the VIP room or go out there and talk to each other.
She
If
spit
you
on
want to
him.
do that, you're here to network. There's many reasons to be here.
Yeah, but you gotta
if
shut the hell up.
you're in this room, just please keep it down.
PBD
Can we all
is
commit to
saying
that?
very important
yes?
stuff
Thank
about
you
the
for
election.
that.
You gotta
Yeah,
shut
keep
the
it
hell
the
up.
fuck down
Hey,
in here, guys.
This is an election party. Shut the
Yeah,
hell
we're
up.
having a
24
party.
years
Keep
old.
it down.
Have you,
You sons of bitches, you.
You're a little baby.
Oh, it's
You're a
Lil
little
Pump. I love
baby.
that Lil Pump song where he goes,
You're a little baby.
and then he goes,
Nobody.
it's my favorite Lil Pump song.
And if no, when did it flip for you?
Exactly.
I'll
Great
be
question.
honest, it probably started in 2020.
Right.
I was sitting at my house. I was on my couch just chilling. I made a video.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? I love Donald Trump because I heard about the whole tax thing. And I was like,
Okay.
we need taxes lowered, all that. I wake up in the morning and that's just all over the news.
PBD streamed election coverage for 8 hours. 8 hours, and one of the things people were saying, like, Lil Pump, he got Lil Pump.
You got Lil Pump,
Lil Pump's
dude.
in for like 5 minutes. Patrick
got
Bet
the
David
pump.
Like, tried
You got
to
the
start
pump
talking
bump.
to Lil Pump. So when did you have your moment when you were like, I think this is the candidate for me, Lil Pump? And Lil Pump's like, I don't know, I was on the couch and I put a video that said I like him, and then that went on the news. And you could see Patrick Bet David is like, okay, I'm not gonna get anything good out of this guy, and then he's like, okay, bye, Lil Pump. So Lil Pump is barely in this thing.
And when I think of the Amish community, I think of people who are very unmaterialistic. And I see
Exactly.
Donald Trump, the
Okay.
guy who goes up and down in a golden elevator.
It's weird.
He flies in a private jet stuffed full of luxuries.
Bye-bye.
He's proud of his extreme wealth. It sounds about as far from the Amish as I can possibly imagine.
Calm your
And
ass
what
down,
on
man.
earth can they have in common?
Just someone who will defend their rights. Hey, calm that mustache down, man.
From the Amish as I can possibly imagine. And what on earth can they have in common?
Just someone who will defend their rights. That's really all they care about. They just want to be left alone and to do what they...
Oh, God, this really is surreal. You know, I never really drink. I don't drink that much. You know, I already told the story. No one cares. But to wake up and be like, what's going on?
Where am I? You know, whatever.
And then it's like, oh, while you were sleeping, Donald Trump is president again.
It's
You're
weird.
getting sucked.
So today we'll be looking at the
Getting
beautiful
sucked, bro.
election responses. This one here is an odd story. What does this guy in the comments say? What does this goddamn pendejo in the comments say? The Amish won Pennsylvania for this guy.
It's weird.
They won it for this guy right here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh!
Praise God.
That's unfortunate.
God bless you.
The Amish won Pennsylvania
That's
for Trump.
unfortunate.
Approximately 150K Amish registered. Is that true? Trump won by 200K.
That's unfortunate.
That can't be true. Okay, people really don't.
Good job in
fact-check
caps
this
has
stuff
been
when
called?
They see it on X. You know, it seems that that's very unlikely that 100,000+ Amish people registered to vote. But this guy, who the hell is this guy? Some lawyer or something? He's trying to get Amish people to vote because, the reason seems to be they don't like being regulated. Like, the story in this video is like some Amish people were selling raw
Right.
milk.
I just got twisted up
and some
there.
people got E. coli
Man,
from it.
I just got
so they were
fucking
like,
twisted
hey,
up.
can't spread that around. And they were like, we're going to vote for Trump. So you leave us alone. Okay.
Because I used to live under communism. My country was under communism. And Reagan with John Paul II.
Okay, more PB.
You're about to be value-tamed.
Let's take a look at PB's amazing election night coverage. For 8 hours, he did this. Could you imagine sitting in here? Look, Candace Owens is on her phone there. That's probably what I would be doing. Am I getting paid for this? I'll just be on my phone. I'll just be on TikTok. But PBD loves this guy. He's some Polish politician who's some kind of a Nazi or something. Who knows what the hell, where the hell Patrick David digged this guy up. But PBD zooms Cenk Uygur from TYT in, and this guy's, I don't know, going off on him or something.
Freed our country, and I will be always grateful to the Republicans of the United States for the freedom of Poland and Europe.
Standing ovation.
And my presence here in America is my way to pay respect to those who freed the world from the communism. And that was America and John Paul II. And I do not want communism back. And Kamala is a communist.
Well, maybe if she was, she would have won.
Good analysis there on the PBD crap. The 8-hour PBD election stream. Lil Pump and a guy from Poland who thinks Kamala Harris is a communist.
You're a little baby.
It's demented?
Okay, so what the hell? What the hell's going on? What happened? How did this guy win? Or whatever. How did this guy?
It's weird.
You know, it's probably good to take a look at this. Try to get some insight into what's going on in people's minds, you know. One thing is that, like, polls and stuff kind of went crazy.
Stack me has been
There was
called.
some lady who predicted that Iowa was going to go to Kamala Harris, and then that was totally wrong. I really wouldn't want to be this lady just career-wise, you know, making predictions. What is this goddamn headline right here?
Bro,
say?
it's heaving on
Famed
me
Iowa
again,
pollster
bro.
reacts after projection turns
Stop
out
heaving
dead
retch
wrong.
on me, dude.
Hey,
That
give
shit
the lady
sucks.
a break, man. Famed Iowa pollster turns out to be toilets. Wrong. Famed Iowa pollster.
She spit on them.
Who's gonna believe her predictions now?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Hey, shut up, man. Hey. Okay, what's the little subline here say? J. Ann Seltzer says she's gonna review the data to find out where it all went wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I did this a couple years where I was like watching the election and I'm like looking at the polls. Oh, okay, that's gonna happen. Ooh, that's gonna happen, you know? Now I think I'm just not gonna look at any of that stuff. It's just like, go do the election and I'll figure it out in the morning, I think, from now on. Because all these people were making predictions with all these polls and da-da-da. Then the election happened, they were like, oh, we were just we're just bullshitting. I don't know. We don't know. So nobody really knows what the hell is going on, but there's a lot of speculation as to what happened. And I've been seeing a lot of posts from what I call the real left, you know, people who read a lot. People who are smarter than me in many cases. But they've been using the phrase class realignment a lot. Let's see what that means. Let's see if that gives us some clues as to what the hell's going on. Okay, what does this goddamn thing right here from Newsweek say? We often hear predictions about a political realignment, but they will rarely come to fruition. Realignments are often once-in-a-generation events, and they're not easily created. Blah, 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 nobody cares. On and on, bullshmitting to fill space for ads. Former president and now president-elect Donald Trump had a historic comeback. Blah, blah, blah. After all the votes are counted, Trump will likely have won the largest share of the non-white vote of any Republican presidential candidate since at least Joe Ford in 1976.
Well,
whoa, that's a long time ago. He won between 25 and 30% of the black.
I suspect this group's about to blow
Male
up.
vote nationwide, doubling his share from 2020 in some states.
I suspect this group's about to blow up.
He won 45% of the Hispanic vote. Wow.
Well,
and an outright majority of Hispanic men. Whoa. He won the largest share of the Jewish vote since the 1980s, while also simultaneously increasing his share of Arab American vote. You would have to go back before the Civil Rights Act to see a more diverse Republican coalition. So, yeah, it's like, who knows what's going on in people's heads, you know, and a lot of this is very, like, individualized, you know. But this is what I'm thinking. I'm a pollster now. I'm a prediction guy now.
I'm an analyst. This show is about analysis.
Analysis and toilets. Those are the two things we cover on this show. But, you know, the real left online, what they're saying is like, look, there's a class realignment thing here. Basically what they're saying is like, look, if there was like a real left candidate who was like, look, we're going to do some stuff, we're going to do some actual stuff to make your life easier, you know. I don't know. I am very curious if there was a candidate, you know, who was going even further than Bernard Saunders, you know, who was like, we're gonna open public grocery stores. Oh, you're worried about inflation? That stuff costing too much? We're gonna have public grocery stores. I would like to see. And if they had like a really strong personality, you know, maybe somebody a little younger than Bernard who could be like, this, go up there and be like, this crap's out of control. You know, just sort of talk like a normal person too. We're gonna go after these grocery stores that are ripping you off, that you guys are worried about. We're gonna make public grocery stores. Prices are set by the government or whatever. That's kind of what the online left is saying. They're like, this is a class realignment. They don't really feel like the Democratic Party's doing anything for them. So they're like, okay, Trump, I guess. But it's hard to tell exactly what they're voting for. You know, it could just be because Trump went on a bunch of podcasts, so you got more exposure. But, you know, basically what they're saying, well, if there's no real option for working class people that's like, hey, we're going to help you out. We're actually going to help you, and here's how, and yada, yada, yada. Then it's like, they're just gonna drift, I guess. And you know, it is kind of a damning thing for this Democratic Party to lose to this guy twice. You know, how you losing to this guy twice? That seems like there's a problem. Seems like there's a problem, and
it's weird.
But again, who knows what the hell is going on in people's minds? Okay, let's check this guy out.
Weird.
Friend of the show, Rick Wolf.
That's really weird.
Right, exactly. Thank you, Rick.
Friend of the
He's
show.
on with his wife. Cute couple. I ain't gonna lie.
I love you.
That's something really cute about doing a stream with your wife. But okay, anyway.
That is very
I don't know
cute.
What the hell I'm talking about? It's adorable. What the hell do you want me to do? But here's Rick Wolf's post-election analysis. Let's hear some of this.
It is an outcome of much deeper phenomena. I'll get back to that in a couple of minutes.
No problem, Rick.
So what did Mr. Trump do? He said, I'm going to protect you from this awful economic crisis that you have been plunged in and that you are suffering through. The horrible invasion of immigrants. Weird. That was one of his big pictures, his advertiser's dream, an idea that will capture people's attention. That's how you advertise a movie. This is a movie about holding back the hordes of invading Martians. Now, these ideas, if you think about them in economic terms, which is what I do, are silly. They're senseless. They are nonsense, literally. We are a country of 330 million people, one of the biggest and richest in the world. 10 to 12, and that's the number of the Homeland Security Department. 10 to 12 undocumented immigrants, themselves among the poorest people on earth, are not in a position to cause the problems of a rich 330 million population.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it
Also
is
known
weird.
as.
That's really weird.
Weird.
Also known as.
It's weird.
You know, because with an election and then people trying to figure out what happened in the election, why did they vote for this person? You know, you're asking about beliefs, like why did people form some beliefs? You know, we form beliefs from experience, but that's kind of hard because you're like out there in the world. It's hard to make sense of it sometimes, you know? But then you look at the media, you know, you look at the media and then the media gives you explanations for why things are the way they are, you know? And Richard Wolff, you know, he gets like in the tens of thousands of views, and I think he's explaining this very clearly. You
Ricky
know,
Wolff.
it just doesn't make sense to scapegoat economic problems on poor immigrants. But then you see like a Joe Rogan with a gazillion billion views, and he's like, these illegals. The illegals are coming in and they're just changing, they're replacing everybody. But that's what's
Great.
going on, you know, like in the mainstream media and in this like fragmented, you know, podcast, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, Bert Kreischer. These political commentators like Bert Kreischer, you know, if people are watching these political videos online, they're looking for an explanation about how the world works. And one of the ones they got a lot is the immigrants are trying to get your ass, trying to bite you on Joe Rogan and all this stuff. So, you know, again, it's hard to tell what's in people's heads, but this is how people are forming beliefs from this fragmented media. There is one explanation that Joe may, I don't know if he's right on this one. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but one of his explanations is of that.
Generally speaking, Chinese people look Chinese.
Chinese. Okay, I think we got another wolf drop here. Let's check this out.
Trump. That's cuckoo. What is he talking about? And he kept saying the
That's
Chinese
cuckoo.
will have to pay a pretty high tariff. No, you idiot. The people who
I
pay
think I
the
would take
tariff
that
are...
one. What should I take, cuckoo or that one? I like the idiot one.
No, you idiot.
You idiot. Got him.
She spit on him.
Yeah, but the whole thing's weird because I don't know how much Elon
Got your ass. Woo!
Musk, this guy, is going to actually be involved in policy stuff, actually working in the government, or whether or not that was all just like marketing crap. Who knows what that little weirdo, that little pervert is going to actually be doing. But, you know, Trump and Elon Musk are both like super anti-worker, like outwardly anti-worker guys. Like they were even on a call, like a public call that Elon Musk promoted, like bumped to the top of X where they're like, yeah, we'll just fire people's asses if they try something. If they go on strike or whatever, just fire their asses. It's like, so it's kind of interesting that there's like a, you know, a working class realignment to that, you know? But I blame the media. Again, I blame the media. All of it. Including this show. Okay, what else do we need to know about this? Okay, this isn't funny, but this is something I've been thinking about. I've been hearing a lot of, you know, I don't know, left-leaning maybe political channels, you know, political commentators. They're like, look, this is probably going to escalate some bad things, you know, rolling back regulation, less protection for normal people, you know,
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
You know, less protection for normal people's rights, you know, at their jobs, you know, healthcare rights, abortion rights, all this stuff. You know, and a lot of left-leaning people are like, we need to organize now. That's all we can do. Or organize as people, get together as people to do political action stuff. You know, and at the same time, I got text messages this morning that were like, this is really sad, you know? This is really sad. It is. It is. That's true. And I think people are right when they talk about, well, it's on us now to do stuff. You know, and I was listening to people who were coming up to the mic at the Majority Report to talk to Sam Cedar and Emma and Francesca, you know, asking questions. And it got me, like, thinking about, like, what is, you know, what are we really going for? What do we want the world to look like? Because there's all this crap in the media that's giving people putting these ideas in their brains. What are we really going for when people talk about, like, organizing and all that? It got me thinking about the like, what it means to be on the left in general. I don't know if this is boring. But I'm saying it anyway. But
Yeah,
really,
say
if
it
you read
anyway.
through all that stuff, you know, whatever, Marx or Zizek or Franco Berardi. He's like the Italian Zizek. There's like, if you read through this stuff, there's a common current that runs through smart lefty political stuff. And it's a big question, and it's the most interesting question to me, which is like, how do we get to the next step? What is the next step that humanity takes where the average person, the normal person, has more resources, more rights and more resources? Not just like resources of money, yes, that, but more free time, more control over their own lives, more protections against scams and, you know, and being treated like garbage and all this. What's our next step as a species, as humans, where that happens, where people just have more of these rights and resources? To me, that's always been the main question that the left is always trying to go for. And I don't know, that's a pretty motivating idea. You know, like when people get organized, when they get political, it's not just like, oh, we're gonna get a $15 minimum wage or something like that. No, it's like actually you're pushing for the next step, you know, for humanity, basically. And I think that that's true. You know, and the more I read, the more I learn about history and all this crap. That's what I call it, all this crap. It doesn't come from the top. You know, that always comes from the bottom. So I think these people are right when they're like, well, you got to get organized. Yeah, that's true. I think that was always true.
Wow. What a night here in the United States. President Trump is back as President of the United States, and even his most embittered opponents are today reckoning with what is unequivocally the greatest comeback in political history.
Calm
Now
down.
feels like a red mirage, but a few short years ago, it was the Republicans who wanted to turn the page.
Okay, Pierre's show went from being mildly interesting to me to being like, just like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate his show. He's a puke and belongs in a dumpster. We'll be right back. But this got 2.2 million views. 2.25 million views in 11 hours.
They kept telling us Trump was Hitler. His supporters were garbage as he campaigned for a strong border and a strong economy while gleefully slinging fries at McDonald's or driving a garbage truck. They relied on celebrities and the legacy media, even as every metric showed us that nobody cares anymore what they all have to say.
Right. Trump. I mean, the numbers on this show, 2.3 million now. 2.3 million 12 hours. Why are people watching this crap? Why are people watching this garbage? I mean, the only way to go on this show at this point, as a person who has any dignity and self-respect, is the way Francesca Fiorentini goes on, where it's just like, I'm going to kind of make a joke about this because this show is so stupid. Hopefully it'll get me some subscribers or clicks or something. You know, because I've been watching the coverage of, like, whatever, Trump campaign crap. And I've seen people say, oh, this guy, you know, he's saying, talking about poisoning immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country, and immigrants are eating cats and dogs and all this stuff. Yeah, and a lot of people are going to say, people who are not, like, watching Piers Morgan or whatever crap, they're going to say, that's creepy. That's like Nazi stuff. But every episode, Piers Morgan comes out, he's like, people are out of control. They're saying he's Hitler. That's historically incorrect. It's like, what the hell are you talking about, you idiot? He does this every episode now. It's just like, people wrongly characterize him. It's like, you know what people are talking about. Why are you wasting everybody's time, you turd? And then he goes like this. Huh? And they go like this. Nobody. Who should be watching this Piers Morgan crap?
Nobody.
Okay, this part's weird too. This guy, what the hell is this guy? Dan Crenshaw. He's a Republican. He's a Republican congressman from Texas. Man, this guy. This is sort of like a Ted Cruz kind of situation where it's like, why did you spend the time to go out and vote for this guy? Well, what is going on? Check this out.
And look, populism is just lying. Populism is just lying.
Exactly.
Liberals just lie to people. They bribe them with their votes. That was the Kamala Harris campaign.
What?
We're going to give you $25,000 if you buy a new house. We're going to forgive your student loan debts. We're going to double the child tax credit, which was a Republican idea, by the way. We're just going to bribe you if you just vote for me. And you know what? Nothing in your life is your fault. It's always somebody else's fault. You're the victim because of your skin color or gender. You're the victim.
She's bit on them.
People are so tired of hearing that. I speak to a lot of high schools.
Why?
And when I bring
You're
up
supposed to stay away
wokeism,
from that. That's sort of crazy. You're kind of seeing the whole spectrum of, I don't know, political scam here. Where this guy's like the old school kind of conservative, where he's like, the government shouldn't do anything to help people. That means you're being weak or something. See, that's like the old school version. The new school version is like, the immigrants are trying to get you. An immigrant gave me a little kick in the tuchus. That's the new version. This guy's on the 1.0 version. Kamala Harris was doing that too. She was kind of like, we got to get these immigrants out of here. That's like the new. That's what the media has created now.
But you cannot tell me there's an establishment in the Republican Party. There simply isn't. There hasn't been for a very long time.
What the
I'll do a
fuck?
quick thought experiment and prove it.
Hey,
Well, here,
Jake.
I'll do a quick thought experiment and prove it to you.
Calm down.
You laugh. Stop laughing. It's annoying. So here's the thought experiment. And so the
You sound
populism
ridiculous.
is a left-wing ideology that has infected some of the right.
Right.
And yes, Donald Trump is going to do things that are pro-growth because populist tendencies tend to be anti-growth. They tend to be anti-free market, and that's bad for your children and your children's children. So let's on that real quick. And I
Hey, you dropped your pen. Hey, pick that pen up. I don't want to hear that pen rattling around. Sounds like this. I'm talking. Got that pen going like this. Oh, Christ, that's a funny clip. Okay, so we're gonna be hearing this word a lot, populism.
People
Let's
be
get
dying.
a definition for this. Okay, yes, this is Wikipedia, but this seems fairly accurate to me. Populism is a range of political stances that emphasizes the idea of the people, and often juxtapose this group with, quote, the elite, unquote. It is frequently associated with anti-establishment and anti-political sentiment. Developed in the 19th century. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I have been hearing this a lot. I'm populist. I'm a populist. They do say this on the Young Turks a lot. I'm populist. I kind of think this is a useless term. I think this is kind of a meaningless term, honestly. Populist can be found at different locations along the left-right political spectrum. Okay? It's kind of so vague to me that it's kind of useless. It's like, I'm for the people. I'm on the side of the people. How so? To cut their Social Security. I'm for them. I'm for doing things for them. Bad things. It just seems vague enough to just... you could just use it for anything, it seems like. But, you know, basically it's like, it's kind of almost Marxist, that there's people and then there's like a ruling class, kind of, but not really. You could be
Not
right
really.
there and still populist somehow. But I like that guy is like, populism is bad. I mean, it's so vague. It just means you're with the people. This is a guy who's supposed to be representing people as a
By the way,
congressman. He's
yeah.
like, the people can kiss my ass. The elites rule, actually. Whoa, wow. Interesting. And at the same time, he's like, there's no political establishment. I think the elites should be in charge, make all the decisions. There's no establishment, though. That's like a weird clip. What? But that is a kind of a weird one in like 2024 to be like, no, the people suck. Let's be honest. These people, bunch of idiots. The elites, now we're talking. Ooh la la, I look at the elites and say, it's just sort of like a weird thing to say on TV. Okay, Vinny's in some kind of an apartment. Where the hell does Vinny live? Does PBD make all these guys live in some compound or something? He's got cameras in there, he keeps his little eye
He's
on
living
them.
at the PBD
So like this.
house.
Vinny runs into a little problem here with
They got a
Crystal
content
Ball.
house.
Ooh, cool name. Okay, here we go.
I want him to get all the Epstein's list, and this is not unifying, but these retribution, we need exposure to all these people.
Okay,
Epstein's list and holding all these people accountable for what they did. January 6th, we need a full investigation. I know, excuse me. Okay, listen. Get rid of that
best friend
bullshit
for
call.
10 years. I'm sure that
Donald
list is really
Trump-
forthcoming.
by the way, switch everything on Donald Trump. Not Bill Clinton or any of your go-to Democrats. But anyway, let me
Oh,
finish.
I called them
January
out, but
6th.
Donald
January
Trump was
6th,
his
let me
best friend for
finish.
10 years, so conveniently ignore that.
Okay, they were best friends, yeah.
They were.
The January 6th investigation, the pipe bomb investigation.
Yeah, I mean, the Piers Morgan show is just so, like, bottom of the barrel that I can feel myself getting stupider watching it. It's basically like a waste of time. But, now we're 2.4 million. In what, an hour, a couple hours? But this is Vinny. He's always all red. Why is he so red? What's going on with this guy? But yeah, this is a funny thing to believe. I'm not sure how... Well, Vinny's kind of a very bonked on the head guy. But Trump probably has like the most evidence of being like having an Epstein connection. Video, you know, going on the plane. Like every different media. Oh, plane records, recordings. Now there's these tapes that come out where he's like, Jeffrey Epstein is like, he was my best friend for a decade. Crystal Ball just like points this out. Like points out the obvious, and he's like, yeah, sure. Like that's his answer.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Sure. Oh, you just want to throw him in there. What about Bill Clinton? Yeah, him too.
Yeah, fuck him
but
too, dude. Literally
not the
everyone
one
hates that
I
guy.
have to tell Patrick Bet-David that I love for money. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Your boss boots your little ass onto the Piers Morgan show. You gotta say stuff that you know is ridiculous, and then you look all red. That's sad.
Donald Trump storms back.
Calm your little ass down. I'm doing a serious... You know, he said this before he started. He looked in the mirror and said, I'm doing a serious thing today. I'm gonna really bring it today. I'm gonna really bring the today. Okay, this is a big moment. Whoa! 350,000 views. 16 hours. I gotta get my view count. You know I gotta do my view count on these videos. Sounding like this. Yeah, that's pretty above average for this guy. So it must be good. He must be saying some real good stuff about the... Oh, his guy won the election. Amazing. Let's hear it.
And I'm going to tell you this.
Okay?
You know, I'm certainly not an old man, but I'm 38.
Yeah, you're certainly not an old man at all, my guy.
5 months. I'm going to be 39.
You are
That
a
is
little
ancient.
Kid. This is a little kid. Look, I'm not old. You know? Hey, welcome to my show. I might not be the oldest, but I'm not the youngest either. Who are you talking to in there? I'm doing a show.
For professional athletes. I'm no professional athlete, you know, hobbyist, but running a business skateboarding.
Yeah, this is not any info we need, frankly. This is a frankly useless time filling. You idiot, you. Okay, so there we go, guys. A little update. I'm back from New York. I don't know if anybody listened to my dispatch from New York. Oh my God, all my equipment fell apart, so I had to record off my phone. That's why it sounds like that. I almost lost my backpack that had expensive gear in it on account of drinking. I'm not doing that again. I'm too old for that. I think I realized I'm too old for that. I'll have like 1 or 2 drinks from now on. That's it. I'm too old to lose my backpack. Oh, hey, lost my backpack last night. I'm in my 40s. It's not cute. That's not cute anymore. That's not cute. It's troubling and weird. And no one likes you. No one likes me. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to do a stream today. So if you're watching this, come on the stream in a couple hours. Come on the stream, look at me, and say,
no, you idiot.
Well, I hope you guys are doing good. We're definitely in a
weird
moment, but I'm still hopeful.
Yep.
And I hope you are too. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Oh, Drawny J here with another one. Ladrani J, the very underrated and not enough on this program. I was not in a lick. I was not in it. I had whiff of this video. That's okay. That guy who does the show, whatever his name is, Gene? What is his name?
Gene?
He will be hearing from my lawyer, okay? Because I have one. His name's Gene. So anyway, LeDron James here just doing my thing, you know, just kicking it and all that. So if you want to talk to me, I'll be on the stream, maybe. Come on the stream. What are you guys up to? Yeah? Cool. Well, anyway, guys, bye-bye. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Frontal.
the Liver King has a bar. Is it called?
Now, I am going to preface this protein bar segment from Dr. Mike Isbertel, where I believe firmly that Kirkland protein bars are the best protein bars. I've tried a lot of protein bars in my time, and on price, edibility, macros, Kirkland's a quality brand. I think those Kirkland protein bars are the GOAT.
Called the Charlatan bar? It's just a sad block. Oh my God, there's oil on it. That tastes terrible. I guess if you eat like raw bird testicles all the time, your sense of taste makes this seem great.
Wow, production value from Renaissance
Hey, folks,
periodization.
Dr.
What
Mike
the
here
fuck?
for RP Strength. I'm a longtime professor of exercise.
Got the
and sports
camera guy
science,
doing some
competitive
production
bodybuilder,
value.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappler.
What the
And I
fuck?
have eaten a few thousand protein bars before, so yes, I am an expert and a connoisseur of les bars de protein, which in French means
le
I'm not sure
connoisseur
what exactly.
de protein
But I do know
bars.
something. A little while back, we did a part 1 of this video where I tried tons of different kinds of protein bars that, well, really just Scott the video guy shipped in and had me eat against my will. Though we did break several cattle prods, we learned almost nothing, except for some bars are awesome and some just kind of like, why do they exist? But don't worry, our YouTube members and the folks in the comment section told us that there are many other very strange, esoteric, exotic bars that exist and we should try them. So welcome to Protein Review number 2, where at your amusement and at my expense, I will be trying multiple protein bars that, well, some of them just don't make no damn sense. Quote Forrest Gump. 3, 2, 1.
So alas, we aren't looking for good protein bars. We're subjecting Dr. Mike to bad ones. Well, that's fair. I don't see any Kirkland in this stack.
Jewish athleticism. All right, the Mars High Protein Bar. The Martians have attacked Earth several times, but nothing some treaties can't smooth over, so no offense, Martians. Let's see. It's a European bar. This is a kind of bar for a person that doesn't need like an SUV to just drive the son to school. He's better off, taking something eco-friendly like a bicycle. And so we look at these macros, and we've got energy, fette, for fats, of which saturates is my favorite thing in the British language. All right, so Mike, shut up. Get to the point. It's always out of 100 grams. Okay, so this thing weighs 59 grams, right, Scott? And it's got about 5 grams of fat.
Use freedom units, brother. I don't know what
so
the
5
heck
fat
a gram
and 20
is, brother.
protein with 23 carb is I would say a damn good time. 210 calories. The Mars Corporation makes like kind of every candy known to man, but they do have their eponymous bar. Let's try it. Ooh, salted caramel. This is some white people shit right here. Scott, tell me something. Is salted caramel a flavor that was made up only like 10 years ago?
I feel like it was, yeah.
It's like maple bacon. We didn't have that growing up. All right, let's try it. Sturdy exterior. Ooh. Texture, creamy, amazing. Mouthfeel, delicious. Not too dry, not weirdly, grossly oily. I gotta be honest, I can't taste the salted caramel at all. That's some combination of me just having shitty genetics for smell and taste and COVID doing me over a few rounds back in the day and can't taste shit.
Back in the day,
But it
a
does
few years
taste like
ago.
a proteinous goop of nutrition, and it gets and exists out of 10 as my rating. This is definitely a bar you can eat. The
It
Mars
definitely
Corporation.
exists.
That is athleticism, folks. The MRE bar. It's a meal ready to eat, but in a bar. They stopped giving Allied soldiers real food and started giving these bars, from what I understand. It's a whole food protein bar, which you can probably understand makes no sense. But Redcon is what puts this out. The Red Condition 1. The flavor is crunchy peanut butter cup. And the macros are these. little bit more fat than the last
They're
bar.
decent.
So we have 9 grams of fat, a bit more carbs, 26 grams of net carbs, and 20 grams of protein. This better taste like angels are having deeply passionate intercourse inside of my mouth. Anything short of that will be a disappointment. No worries, Redcon, all jokes. What did I say it was? Crunchy peanut butter cup. Scott, why don't we start making crazy protein bars with really weird flavors like meat stick, but it's a chocolate bar, macaroni and cheese, baby powder. You ever wonder what that tastes like? Not anymore. The new baby powder protein bar. Good enough for a baby, safe enough for you. Wait, we're having casualties here already, Scott. Right, it's got a little...
we're at least cruising along nicely.
Kind of like a little candy bar look here with little nuts poking out and stuff. Let's put nuts in our mouth, shall we? Not the first time I said that. Also, not the first time I had an object of almost this exact size and shape. Usually the nuts are in a different place, served right next to it. Approach my mouth. It was also, yes, chocolate colored. Think about that. Not bad. Not bad at all. I forgot to say it about the last bar, the Mars bar. The Mars bar has a distinct, and listen, I love chemicals, chemically aftertaste. This does not. It goes down smooth, as the wine people say. Scott, are you one of these wine drinking assholes who makes up terms on the spot to try to sound smart? Yeah. It's a full-bodied texture with an earthy grit. I like it. It's got real peanut pieces in it too, according to the manufacturer, which is nice. It does function as a meal replacement. This bar is nice. I would say this is kind of one of those bars where I see protein bars kind of at two ends of a spectrum, at least the ones I eat. One is composed of the right macros and doesn't taste like total vomit, so you can put it into your body when you need nutrition. And the other side is actually really damn good and doesn't have terrible macros, but tastes really good. Like you can have it with a glass of milk and 2 or 3 protein bars. It's like an awesome, fun treat. This is like a little closer to that side, which actually tastes pretty damn good. And the MRE bar, check it out, folks. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Interesting.
Not bad at all. Next.
It does seem like peanut butter translates well into protein bar form generally.
You digging through boxes and shit, huh, Daddy?
All right, Mike, so this one is special because it has, as far as anyone can tell, this is the best macro protein bar.
Get the fuck out. The best Oh, I know this one. The Musashi. That is a katana cutting your dumb ass into thirds. High protein bar list. I don't know, Musashi sounds Japanese to me. So to me, the Japanese people just typically do everything better than the rest of us, and so it's probably gonna fucking be awesome. 5 grams of fat, very low for a protein bar. 27 grams of carbs minus fiber is 23, not bad on the carbs. 45 grams of protein, intense. There's only one downside, folks. Before you go jamming this into your gullet, better read the fine print. 18 grams of sugar alcohol. Folks, that ooh sound Scott the Video Guy just made didn't come from his mouth. It came from his anus, which is how your anus is going to be screaming when there's shit coming out of it that's not supposed to. Sugar alcohols, for those not in the know, if you're not used to eating them in high quantities, will mess you up. They're going to give you bubbly guts for a few hours and bloated and all this other shit. You're going to bitch a lot. It's going to be really fun. This is how they can get the macros as good as they can. If you're used to eating these mugs, then it's awesome. And you're used to the sugar alcohols, you don't even fart and have explosive diarrhea much, which is a good thing to have.
All that much.
So you got to work your way up. If you're sensitive to sugar alcohol, I would just avoid this bar entirely. If you're decent with it, I would eat half a bar and put it away the first time you tried it. When I'm in Australia, touring for my various important tour things, fuck what else to do in Australia anyway, I will eat tons of these because they're super available in Australia and they're super amazing macros, and because your boy's kind of used to all the protein bars by now, shit never phases me. Or it does phase me. I just don't give a shit if I fart in public anymore. You guys ever get to that level where you're like, fuck, other people can fucking exist in my brine? That's disgusting. Let's open up this protein bar. I love the packaging. Scott, this packaging almost like, first of all, the brownie on the front, it looks so appealing. You're like, I want this. I want to break a brownie with a supermodel. I don't know why the supermodel's in there, but the brownie looks good. But also, doesn't it have kind of like a high contrast red, black, and white? Scott, doesn't this look like a BMW or a Mercedes product?
It's refined.
It's refined. This is a
matte finish.
Yes, there's a precision to this that you just don't get with other protein bars. Very Japanese. All right, let's see how much we can get the volcano brewing, folks. Sugar alcohols are your friend. A little bit of a boring look. I'm not one to judge boring looks. I mean, for the love of God, look at me. but it just looks unassuming. Cool. No. There's a way they jammed all that protein in there. It was by force, fellas. You gotta chew the fuck out of this thing. Now listen, I got all the chewing muscles times 10. I still can barely chew my way through this shit. Does it taste like a milk chocolate brownie? In a protein bar world, yes. In the real world, absolutely not. If you're good with sugar alcohols and you want a low fat, low carb, high protein bar, and you don't have a ton of room in your bag, let's say you're traveling. When I was traveling through Thailand, as if they don't have protein bars over there, but a lot of plane flight stuff, a lot of, you can't exactly get lots of lean protein on the, aircraft, long hours and stuff. I remember I put about like 10 of these in my bag, and like every few hours I'd whip 1 or 2 out and eat them shits. And though all the other people on the airline paid a heavy cost for my abuse of protein bars, I paid no cost at all and I had a great time. So as far as protein to weight ratio, and it tastes just fine, this is a good, again, remember that spectrum I said earlier of bars that do the job and bars that are super fun to eat?
Whoa,
this
what?
is squarely on the do the job thing, and it does the job damn well. Scott, we're going to Japan. Next bar.
Did I walk into a wave? That's crazy.
Nope, I just got real Jewish all of a sudden.
All right.
I walked into one of
the
my
Gorilla
own
Bar.
waves.
A bar so wild, I can't believe they let you even have it. 20 grams of protein, and the flavor is peanut butter cup. Peanut butter just is a fucking... Peanut butter and chocolate are the workhorse flavor bases of protein bars. 20 protein, 28 carbs, and 12 fat. All right, so we're going to judge this, since the calories and fats are similar, on the Anabar standard. No, I didn't say Anavar, you drug addicts. Anabar. Anabar is one of the tastiest protein bars ever made, and it justifies that with its macros, or rather, the taste justify the macros, because if 12 grams of fat, it better taste like something. 12 grams of fat, this better taste like something. I do like the wrapping. Is there a gorilla here? Yes,
We're gonna
there's
time
one
this.
half
Fuck
of a
yeah.
gorilla eye.
Let's fucking go.
Staring at you ominously. Scott, can I? May I?
Oh,
Difficult
we're at
to
we're
open.
at
That's good. You don't want
99%
kids
count.
reaching in and eating
We're
these
still gonna
things.
time
I'm
this.
kidding.
It's fine.
Protein bars. Oh, that's a fun actual question we can get to here. Is it okay for children to eat protein bars? The answer is yes, and your pediatrician should be able to confirm this for you. It's got the whole Anabar problem of bleeding into its own container, but who gives a shit? Not exactly. Scott, can you imagine seeing this on an ad just like this? Yay, kids love it. All right. Very sweet. The oiliness and fattiness is really shining through. It's good. It's not as
Got
good
a
as the
little bit
Anabar.
of rating.
It's a high mark, but good. Worth the macros? It'll have to be a personal decision. but
Inching my
if
way
you're a person who
closer
eats bars,
to
I would at
Keystone
least check the Gorilla
Hero.
Bar out. They probably have some other flavors.
Inching
Worth
my
a
way
look.
there.
This one I'm going to deliver anonymously, just so you can be non-biased.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah.
So this one we have to do this with, and you'll see why eventually.
This is some rich guy
Hit him
shit.
with the
Anonymous bar delivery.
GGs, and then you bounce.
But an appetizing sound it makes falling down. It definitely has structural integrity.
So, sorry, macros, 6 fat, 33 carb, 20 protein.
Not bad. Great macros.
Damn, I'm still short on the
Pretty small
valor
bar.
stones as well.
Let's give it a
To
shot.
upgrade my weapon. Still a little light on those
One of
valor
those little chewy bars.
stones.
What flavor is it?
It's supposed to be milky crisp.
Okay, so like milk dud flavor. That makes sense. That's what it tastes like. Nothing jumps out a ton. It's not bad. Not a ton of you can put your finger on it flavor. You gotta chew a lot of.
Do you think it resembles what it looks like on the package?
What the fuck? This is a joke.
Nope, that's what it looks like on the package.
Well, that's what we call lying. No, sorry. Advertising. Same thing. Damn, dude, that's a fun way to put that one. The Kaiko Bar from HTLT.
Do you know what that is?
Harder than last time. This is Greg Doucette's bar.
Yep.
Yeah. Decent macros. Tastes like nondescript something or other. And look, it's a bar that's neither shaped. This is a square-shaped bar, a rectangularly shaped bar. It's neither shaped like it's illustrated on the cover, nor does it have the outer creamy, milky, crisp, caramely looking bullshit and the hard on the inside. It's all just one homogeneous thing. So, As is typical, Greg does something just fine and then lies extra for no reason about it. Thank you, Greg. Ooh, have I had this one before?
I don't think so.
The Gatorade makes a protein bar, and it's got decent macros, 20 protein, 41 carbs. It is a really good food replacement bar, 10 grams of fat. I know that it does have enough milk stuff in it, and potentially some other kind of fibery sugar alcohol-y stuff, that it is one of these bars that dependably makes me go, yeah, things come out of my down there area. At a speed that astounds even a accomplished race car driver. So don't go eating one of these and then just disappear into the woods, or you'll be living it like woods style for real. However, I will tell you this from having had these bars before. What flavor is this? Chocolate caramel, naturally flavored with other natural flavors.
Ooh.
Seems redundant. I will say Gatorade's process control in the factory is excellent. That's a good looking bar right there. Smooth, nondescript, kind of looks like a piece of shit that's dried up. That just makes it look like every other protein bar. From what I remember, these things have excellent texture. Let's find out if I'm right. Zero chewiness. It's crunchy. It's soft. It's light. It's good. This is fucking good. Again, watch your colon, but otherwise, Gatorade fucks.
I think that's one of Nick Shaw's favorites.
Oh, fuck. I take it back. Nick, you have shit taste. Nah, this is good.
Grenade.
Ooh, a grenade. Grenade! Grenade bar. Named after what it does to your asshole. There's no other way they named it for any other reason. Come on, people. High protein, low sugar, Oreo white. Seems strangely racial, but very well. Let's see what the macros are. This is from the countries of Europe. Excellent. About 6 grams of fat, 21 grams of protein, and, well, a lot of polyols. So what they like to do in Europe and Australia is put a shitload of sugar alcohol into the bars. In America, we're still doing most of the actual sugar or fiber, like the Quest bars. So if you go to Europe...
I think what I want to do is I'm going to hold my Harbinger crests for the time being and wait until I finish upgrading my weapon. And then I will get my bracers recrafted. I think that's what I'm going to do. And that also means that we've reached the end of the World of Warcraft stream for the night. 5 hours of World of Warcraft. Pretty fucking sick. Time to key. Got our rating up. We're just 34 rating away from Keystone Hero. I think if we time 2 more 10s, and I think Dawnbreaker and Mists are going to be those 10s, then that'll get us there. So let's engage Marvel Snap. It's time. It's time to engage Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap. It's time to engage Marvel Snap. We're going to snap it up. We're going to snap it up. First, I'm going to take a brief break. We'll come back to you, Mike Israel. Don't you worry. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take just a short break so I can put away my dinner and maybe let the kiddies into the stream room. I would like to do that. Let's see if we can do that. All right, we're going to hold off on letting the babies into the stream room for a few minutes because I want to have a little treat. I'm still a little short on my protein macros for the day, so I got to have another whey protein milk, and I've got room in my calories for a big cookie, so I want to have a little treat. Break time is over. It's time to snap it up. It's time to snap it up. And courtesy of recent follower Jason's series of numbers, we do have a searcher deck from the deck list he gave me. But since I don't believe Jason is here, checking the chat, I don't believe Jason is here right now, I'm going to keep sending my Scream move deck. Because dash it all, I just really love Scream move. It's the exact kind of deck I love to play. I move your cards around. I annoy you. I ruin your plans. What a great deck. Kingpin would be anti-synergy in Kunlun, so let's throw him on the far right instead. Ooh, interesting. And of course, Craven synergizes well on the left, so we'll toss him there. Raven. I did read the new Mystique comic. It's pretty good. I like their angle of tying Mystique to the current status quo for S.H.I.E.L.D. That's pretty cool. I could see an eventuality coming out of that comic where Mystique actually works for S.H.I.E.L.D. Chamber of Reverberation. Hi, amazing name. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we pull this guy. We pull him. We pull this guy. We pull him. He gets himself a Nightcrawler. Good for him. My Silver Sable is top card. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll give the buff to Nightcrawler. And then we'll pull someone. And let's get back to Mike Israel's protein bar review.
To Australia, New Zealand, etc., just don't pull protein bars off the shelf and eat them randomly. Look at the sugar alcohols and talk to Jesus for a little bit and see if you're ready for that sort of war. Scott, Oreo's kind of cool because this is official Oreo. It's not cookies and cream. They got a official brand endorsement.
Yeah, and I can also say I've been eating a bunch of these because I like them and they haven't been fucking me up, so that's a testimony.
That's a huge, Mr. Scott. Scott the video guy is the worst stomach ever. So if he can eat this, you can eat this every fucking meal of the day.
A ringing endorsement
it actually
for the
looks a little bit like an
bar.
Oreo situation. I love that you can see a little bit of the dark chocolatiness through the exterior. I love the bottom here. It's like a very precision oriented little fine lines. It reminds me of the fact that these bars are made in an awesome, super clean factory by machines, and I just think that's wonderful, don't you? It's kind of like
that's the way to do it, I think.
Home on the Heartland, except not at all. Fuck that. Robots are better. Cheers. It's sweet, but not too sweet. Chewy.
I'm not sure why he'd play Dracula in a lane he was already winning. Maybe to prevent me from pulling a card into that lane and kingpinning it? I kind of feel like he's throwing a little bit with this play, if I'm being honest. Because he's not going to be able to stop me from pulling those two cards into Aunt May's and totally ruining that lane for him. Yeah, I think I've got his number. I think I've got his motherfucking number. And I don't even have to move Nightcrawler over there, actually, come to think. Because he's not going to be able to play anything there. He won't be able to buff those cards. So I'll just win that lane by default. Yeah. Ooh, and he wants to snap. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Interesting. Doing that didn't even win him that lane unless Proxima Midnight pays off. She does not. So he snapped on a prayer. I don't know why he snapped back on me there. Thank you for the cubes, but yeah, 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 yeah.
But
yeah.
not too chewy. I was expecting a cookie crunch. It never happened.
We got him.
That's just me expecting for no reason. It doesn't taste like there's a lot of taste in it. It just exists. But with macros this good and a small,
make sure I grab my free
I'd say it goes
creds.
over on that side of the spectrum where you have functional bars.
grab my
Bars you can
free
put in your
creds.
mouth. Bars that'll take care of you. Grenade will take care of you until your asshole blows up. Good stuff. Not bad. What else we got?
Can I do this one face down?
Greg Doucette, I take everything back. You have been outdone in your own game. The Liver King has a bar. Is it called the Charlatan Bar? Oh, it's called, it says
Got
the
his ass,
fittest,
dude.
and then there's a crown emoji. Oh, there's a bust of him on here, kind of, a little outline. It's nice. I don't want to be eating his beard. It's disgusting. So it just says Liver Bar King, if you read vertically and properly. But if you read the other way, it's, I suppose, Liver the Fittest Bar King.
Graphic design is a passion of his, I'm sure.
Oh, it does. Okay, so it doesn't say the flavors on this because they're not for individual sale. And let's see what it's made of. It's got almond butter as the first ingredient. That explains the 16 grams of fat. So it's got 12 protein, 8 carbs, 16 fats. It's got some whey protein isolate. It's got some other shit in it. That's cool. Let's see if it's okay. So for this 12 grams of protein and 290 calories, this thing better taste like God is reaching out his hand himself. Because if it doesn't, it's sure as fuck not going to be worth the macros. Remember, we either got function bars or amazing
Let's take the
taste
bet
bars.
I won't have to worry about
God.
these rocks.
It's just,
let's bet on
it's
rocks.
just a sad block, barely factory cut. It looks like one of those like, oh my God, there's oil on it. Oh, fuck. It already got oiled up, right? Because like we hate carbs or whatever. Liver King's into all organs and shit. It's just another fucking low carb dude. Fucking hate carbs, man. I'm a man. I'm a guy. I'm a dude. I'm male. Anyway, it does smell like almond butter and industrial processing. Scott, wasn't he like against processed foods?
Correct.
He wasn't against himself making a buck on the protein bar circuit, was he?
Yeah, we can snap on this, actually. We can snap. Ooh, a counter snap.
Fuck that. There's something rotten in that fucking thing, bro. That tastes terrible.
We got some gamers tonight.
Scott, you know when you're eating almonds and you eat one of them that's like the bad one and it's like bitter? That's that.
Yeah.
They put that shit in here.
So guys, I tried all these bars when I was shooting them, and I can confirm I also spat it out.
There's just
Mike's not exaggerating. It's the worst thing ever.
Listen, I ate a ton of shit that tastes awful. This is next level. Liver King, you failed again. Fuck you. Go lie to people more, you son of a bitch.
I don't want people to think we're biased, but it's really bad.
Yeah. No, it's really bad. I'm also biased. Fuck Liver King. Scott
An interesting
remains
dilemma.
true and is unbiased in his entirety. There's oil on my lips from it. Oh my God, that was awful. I guess if you eat like raw bird testicles all the time, your sense of taste makes this seem great. Next, throw away your notepad and your Excel sheets. The RP Hypertrophy app has all of your workouts displayed in one place with guided videos on exercise techniques and a program
I
that
think it's
evolves to
Stegron.
better suit your needs the longer you use
I think
the
it's
app.
Stegron.
All you have to do is follow the plan right on your phone and get the gains. Click on the link in the description of this video.
Because we
to
just get so
started.
much value from that suck. Ah.
Ooh, a built puff bar. Brownie batter.
I didn't play around
Plus
Ultron,
collagen.
that's on me.
Believe it or not, we multiple times at RP contacted the built folks and they refused to return any of our DMs. But that's not a slight against them. We're just irrelevant. And they make some fucking great protein bars, let me tell you. The only downside you have to know about these bars is, first of all, the macros crush. All right, so check this out. 17 grams of protein, we're like, that's bullshit, right? 2.5 grams of fat. Total for the whole fucking bar. If you go up to the usual 5 grams of fat that the low-fat bars have, like a pure protein bar, that converts to almost 35 grams of protein. A pure protein bar at around 5 grams of fat, and this is a good macros bar, has 20 grams of protein. So this is 35 if you eat 2. Unbelievable. And the total carbs subtracted from fiber is only 13 grams, which is very low. Macros for macros, this is great. Unfortunately, the number one ingredient for the protein here is a premium collagen blend. So yes, they do have other protein, I think. Yeah. So they have partially hydrolyzed whey protein, isolate, and collagen. So I don't know how much collagen versus isolate they have, but I will tell you this. The collagen makes the texture really awesome. It makes it super easily preservable, but and it bumps up the protein, but collagen is a type of quality of protein isn't ideal. It probably doesn't get you nearly as jacked as a whey protein does. These sorts of things are rarely ever pertinent, but in this case, they're pertinent. So if you're in a fitness space, you're looking to get some goddamn protein in your body, and you want something fast and delicious and incredible texture, industry leading, and amazing macros, this is your bar. If you're looking for the ultimate anabolic bar that for sure gives you the highest quality protein, this ain't it. But I really wish it was. I used to eat these all the time. And I started trying to focus on the micros a little bit more, and I kind of ruled this out. But chocolate brownie looks like just a stick. Oh, God. Scott, this is
I feel like
good,
we can
man.
snap here.
The best.
Texture, taste, even the richness of the chocolate coating built onto something. They can recreate this bar, except with minimal or no collagen, and similar macros. I'll buy everything they ever sell. This is good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got one more?
Yes, sir.
Do me. Oh, this doesn't look like your traditional protein bar. And this packaging is really solid. Gluten-free. Oh boy. Seitenbacher. Oh, look at you. You're so dirty. Get away from me, you Seitenbacher. God, the Germans are so proper. I assume this is German, but that's the only language I came up with. 245 calories,
good.
16 grams
Not the
of
card
protein.
I hope to pull
That
there,
ain't it,
but that's
folks.
fine.
13 grams of fiber out of 27 carbs is a lot of you getting a lot of fiber.
Let's
and
go.
It literally says on the package, recommended with a
cubes.
bottle of water.
Get clapped up.
What am I supposed to make out of that, Scott?
So this company is just like one of those German companies that makes like everything at the store. It's like the generic kind of thing. They just make like cereal, and they make oats, and they make chocolate, and they make honey, and they make coffee, and they make all of it.
So like, fuck it. We have the raw ingredients for a protein bar.
Yep.
Ingredients. Soluble fiber made of beets, very German, which contains oligofructose. Protein from milk made of European milk. It sounds so, ethnocentrism sounds so funny when you're outside looking in. GMO-free soy, thank God. Poppy seed oil. Hey man, I don't put fucking mechanical lubricant in my body, goddammit. I don't eat no fucking seed oils, man. What else we got in here? Chocolate cover has brown cane sugar, cocoa, GMO-free sunflower lecithin. I will never allow my natural sunflower lecithin to touch this body unless it's not GMO tainted. By the way, genetically modified foods are just as good for you as regular foods.
Yeah.
Have no downsides. Isn't that crazy?
Pretty much all foods are genetically modified. We just did it the old-fashioned way with cross-pollination.
Is it? All right. They made it difficult to open, which is good. Like, Scott, that's a test. Like, do you really want this? You try, you're like, nah. They're like, you probably shouldn't.
Nah,
Probably
I don't
shouldn't.
want this.
So you have to have a minimum strength standard to open the bar, which means you're used to other protein bars. That's pre-broken. That's good. Okay, this actually looks quite good. Yeah, that looks appealing. Whoa. Scott, I don't believe this has a flavor. It just says gluten-free chocolate-covered high-protein bar.
Yeah, so it's the flavor is chocolate covered protein bar.
That's so fucking incredible. That's exactly what it tastes like. I was like, what flavor is this? And I was like, it doesn't have a flavor. Fucking brilliant. Thank you for buying Seitenbacher products. Seitenbacher. I would do the Nazi salute, but you guys know how that works on YouTube. Does it have a really instantly hits you in the face before you taste the bar protein aftertaste?
Interesting.
Yes. But the texture is good, and it doesn't get all over your teeth. I like it. Do not recommend out of 10 on macros alone, but for a company just trying to make a protein bar,
yeah, we'll drop.
Consider this a protein bar. All right, we've got our ranking. Scott, should I go last to first?
Yeah.
In last place, predictably, is Liver King Bar, which is not really a bar, and just like Liver King's not really a real thing, it sucks in every conceivable way. The Kaiko Bar didn't taste that bad, didn't have terrible texture, but has a bar on the cover that's neither shaped nor textured like the bar inside. I don't know why the fuck you would do that, but for that alone, it gets demoted like crazy. Otherwise, it would have been fairly middle of the pack. The Seitenbacher bar gets rank 3. It exists, and in its own way was kind of a special experience, especially if you like aftertastes.
Yeah, if you don't like flavor, you'll love this German protein bar.
Third from the bottom, rank 8. And then next up is the Gorilla Bar. It's a fine bar, folks, but it just doesn't stand out in any way that justifies
yeah, we got a whole
it having
juggernaut.
12
We'll just
grams
play
of fat.
Polaris for power.
The Grenade Bar, a great bar. Everything north of here is quite good. It's good. I just didn't get that cookie crispness that I was looking for. Nothing screamed Oreos. The Musashi Bar, I mean, macros-wise, is kind of the undefeated king. Taste-wise, you could knock an elephant out with this if you threw it at them. You got to chew through this fucking bar. And because it has so many sugar alcohols, watch out. But it earns its weight. The Mars High Protein Bar is very good. I've been eating the Snickers ones, and they're so fucking good that I just thought this would taste like this. And it's been a while since I've eaten one.
Let's try swinging.
It doesn't. It's a fine bar, good macros, good consistency, and because it tastes remotely like a Mars bar, gets a lot of bonus points on taste. Built Bar is unbelievable, and with the very top of this list, if it...
With any luck, he's going to try and play some kind of destroy here in this lane, and we'll be able to preempt that by yanking Nimrod out of there.
It was not for the vast majority of its protein, or at least a big fraction of its protein. My mistake.
Is my brain
coming
enormous?
From collagen, which is not a great source for muscle growth and repair.
Okay,
but on
it's not
taste
that
alone,
enormous.
you could feed this to like regular people, and they might not hate it. The Gatorade Protein Bar, the only downside for me is it makes me shit my pants. How's that for an endorsement, Gatorade? But the macros are decent, and it tastes great, and the texture is top of class. Best texture in the protein bar world right here. At least we've got. And then surprisingly, the Redcon one, and only surprisingly is I didn't even know they made bars, but the MRE bar, especially the crunchy peanut butter cup, it just kind of did all the right things to my mouth that I like doing to my mouth. And if you've ever dated me, you know it's a lot of weird shit. So MRE bar, you people are degenerates in there. Redcon factory. God damn, can you make a good bar? Holy shit. Folks, all for lols, all for fun. I do mean everything I say, but it's all with a comedic twist. In the comments, let us know what bars we should try next. If you've seen something quirky from another country, some weird macros or something. We're always looking to try new protein bars. And I had fun. I had a great time. Some better than others, I'll say. And yeah, especially the MRE bar from Redcon. That's something you might want to look into, because at least on the taste factor and the mouthfeel.
I feel like the really obvious play for him is to try and blow up Bar Sinister with something like a Venom. And unfortunately, he has the light. He's going first. So I feel like I can't afford to not play out 4 cards in Mojo World, because he's probably about to fill his board. So let's do something a little interesting. Let's have a real good time.
Folks, I've been Dr. Mike. I'm gonna
Made him retreat.
The dump of my life. See you next time.
Made him back down. That's something I really love about Marvel Snap, being able to just like push your chips in and say, okay, dude. Okay, dude. Yeah, how about a little MKB HD?
Having an event this year, Apple decided to do a bunch of press releases in a row for the last week of October to update their whole Mac lineup to M4, and one of them was for this new Mac Mini. Now, a lot of us might not give too much thought to the Mac Mini. Like, yeah, maybe it holds an important place as the most affordable Mac, but if you're not buying one, you're not really thinking about it too much. But the number one
When I worked in a call center, literally every single computer ran off a Mac Mini.
most insane thing about this refresh is, well, I mean, look at it. It's tiny. It is absolutely tiny. Apple's gone through and redesigned basically all of their computers now that have gotten the Apple Silicon update. Well, except this one. This is the same design as a while ago. But the Mac Mini was kind of technically overdue for a redesign. And the new one, it actually kind of looks a little bit more like a shrunken Mac Studio than a shrunken old Mac Mini. But it's now a 5-inch by 5-inch footprint and 2 inches tall. I'll say that again. A 5 by 5 by 2 desktop computer. Now, I like small desktops, and yes, you could get a tiny desktop computer before. There's plenty of amazing mini ITX build videos all over the internet that I've watched for years. They're sick. There's levels to this. There's small computers, and then there's
son of a bitch.
Tiny computers. This Mac Mini is smaller than my R5 with a lens on it. It's smaller than a new roll of duct tape. It's smaller than the footprint of the new iPhone, and barely bigger than the absolutely tiny Apple TV. Apple seemingly had this obsession with making certain computers as small as possible, even before Apple Silicon came along, so this has just kind of unlocked another level for them to push it even further than ever before. Yeah, there are fans in here, but there are also ports on the back, gigabit Ethernet by default.
Yeah, let's double down.
Full-size HDMI is still here.
Let's
and
double
then 3
down.
Thunderbolt ports on the back. And then there's 2 USB-C 3 ports on the front, plus a headphone jack. So still no SD card reader, and there's obviously now no more USB-A. If you tried to build or buy another computer to match this thing, you will either end up building a computer that's just as small but nowhere near as capable, or a computer that's just as capable but nowhere near as small. It's just a hilariously, unnecessarily tiny computer. It's great. I would also like to start a new conspiracy theory. I would like to use this video to start a conspiracy theory. I think that there is someone whose job it is at Apple, someone whose sole purpose is to come up with one
we got the read.
obnoxious thing to complain about for every new Apple product redesign. Like, this is the person that put the notch on the iPhone. This is the person that put the charge port at the bottom of the Magic Mouse. And this person's best work is right here on this new Mac Mini, putting the power button on the bottom of it. Like, why? There are so many better places to put a power button, like at the front or the side or literally anywhere on the back, like all the other small Mac desktops, or at the top. That would have been fine too. But no, they chose behind the back corner, which is
that doesn't win you that lane, champ.
just, I mean, I don't use that button very often. I don't really turn the Mac on and off with the button almost ever. I might sleep it and wake it back up, and maybe every couple weeks I'll have to remember that the button's back there. But yeah, it's just dumb enough.
This guy, where is it? This guy.
Got your ass! Woo! Got your ass! Woo!
To get memed on and complained about without actually being an issue. Well played, guy. But yeah, you know, the typical consequences of a computer getting smaller are battery, speakers, and thermals. There's just less room inside for those things. Battery, of course, doesn't make a huge difference on a desktop. Who cares? Speakers, kind of the same thing. Who cares? And thermals have been redesigned in a way that seem to be working just fine. This thing hardly gets over a peep. If you do heavy stuff, the single fan spins up and you can hear it, but it's always been quiet. Sitting on the desk, you hardly hear it. So then the number 2 insane thing about the new Mac Mini is that the base model is kind of an incredible deal now. No, like, I don't think you understand it. I think it's actually one of the best deals in tech. It's certainly the best out of any of Apple's new product offerings right now. And
damn, that's crazy.
I mean, I kind of not used to saying it, but it is a really good deal. So this base M4 Mac Mini costs $599, right? So for that, you get the base computer with the M4 chip, which is quietly doubled to 16 gigs of unified memory instead of 8 from before. It's the 10-core CPU and the 10-core GPU. Now, we're 4 generations into Apple Silicon, and the gains are actually kind of starting to stack up versus M1. We already know it was a huge difference from the Intel chips, but I actually want to get a little bit more into that in the MacBook Pro review, because I've been using an M1 Max MacBook Pro for 3 years since it came out, and the M4 Max is the first one that's actually tempted me to upgrade between generations of Apple Silicon. It's really interesting, so get subscribed and stay tuned for that video when it comes out. But the main thing you need to know is this base M4 chip is great. It's super solid and power efficient at everyday normal activities like web browsing, and music streaming, and multitasking like crazy, and it can handle what I think I would call medium grade activities very easily. Not heavy stuff like graphically intensive gaming or a heavy video editing, but pretty much anything short of that. This could be a coding and developing machine. This could be a photo editing machine. Pixelmator runs like a dream. And fun fact, Apple just bought Pixelmator, interestingly. But yeah, just having a ton of arc tabs open, stuff like that, like just running around multitasking, it runs like a dream. It's great. It's as good as you'd expect the world's fastest single core performer to do. So yeah, Mac Mini, 4 years, like I said, has been the most affordable Mac, the sort of entry point for anyone to get into Mac OS. But this year, with the doubling of the base memory, it just feels like a particularly good deal. Think of it this way. The M4 iMac that also just got refreshed is basically the exact same computer, but just in an upright desktop with a non-replaceable display. That starts at $1,299. So you can use that $700 difference to kind of get whatever screen you want. Now, you can obviously also upgrade from the base Mac Mini, but I don't think you should, and I'll explain why. See, Apple is known for building what I've called a price ladder, and just trying to get you to climb as high as possible. They do this across all their products, but there's basically always a really tempting upgrade sitting right above the base model. And then when you spend that money, you're kind of right underneath another tempting upgrade. And then they kind of walk you up, trying to get you to spend as much money as possible. It's really smart. They do it with iPhones and with iPads and with everything else. This base Mac Mini, I'm telling you, is a good deal, but it only has 256 gigs of storage. And many people are fine with that and they can live with that. That's great. But if you know you're going to be working with a lot of media, a lot of video,
yeah, let's do this.
Then you start looking at upgrades to the storage. And that's where you'll find that walking it up to a terabyte costs $400 more. Or if you plan to do some wired networking, bumping it up to 10 gig Ethernet costs $100 more on top of that. For the price of just those upgrades, you could almost get an entire node.
That guy.
Got your ass! Woo! Got your ass! Woo!
Mac Mini. It's crazy. Like basically across the board, Apple's upgrade pricing is pretty crazy with this computer, which is why I'm specifically saying the base model is such a good deal. And actually, if you're lucky enough to have a .edu email address right now, the student discount drops it down to $4.99, which is sick. But once you know you're going to be doing upgrades to the pre-purchase spec, which you have to know before buying it because you can't upgrade it after the fact, all the memory, everything is built in, then it becomes more of a normal deal. I do want to say this though. So the third and final crazy thing about this Mac Mini is that the maxed out version has a case for the best portable workstation Mac. Now, this doesn't apply to everybody. This is coming from me, someone who used to drag an iMac Pro in a Pelican case through the airport to events because it was the fastest editing machine that I could reasonably travel with, and it actually made sense for me. So coming from that perspective, this new Mac Mini is sick. So looking at the Mac Studios, those aren't upgraded to M4 yet. They've all got the M2 generation, and it's also not going to be the Mac Pro, which is also still on the M2 generation and obviously not portable. The iMac is on M4, but there's no Pro chips, so it's just the base M4 chip. So this Mac Mini is the easiest way to pack an M4 Pro chip with you and just throw it in a travel bag super easily. An equivalent spec MacBook Pro with M4 Pro starts at $2,000, which is actually another decently good deal as far as performance. But if you don't need a laptop, or if you just want to plug and play into monitors wherever you go, $1399 gets you the M4 Pro Mac Mini. Yeah, and that upgrade also gets you the back Thunderbolt ports being Thunderbolt 5 instead of Thunderbolt 4. So it can support 3 6K displays instead of 2. So I've had and been testing the M4 Pro here with 48 gigs of memory. And fun fact, if you run through some synthetic benchmarks, this runs up the highest CPU score of any desktop Mac ever. That includes the Mac Pro and the Mac Studios and all of them. This is by far the most powerful single core we've ever seen, by a lot. And then multi-core just barely tops Geekbench's all-time Mac list. Though as we know, CPU doesn't really bump up all that much when you go from base to Pro to Max to Ultra. It's way more GPU stuff. And so when you look at GPU benchmarks, the most powerful Mac Mini here with the M4 Pro, it was putting up M1 Max numbers, which again shows how much these generations over time have been improving and stacking on top of each other. I've been editing videos on an M1 Max laptop for 3 years now on the MacBook Pro. So this Mac Mini feels like one of those impossibly small computers Apple's like always kind of wanted to make, even before Apple Silicon. Like you probably remember some of their earlier attempts, like the trash can Mac Pro.
Very
no doubt, they wanted to do something crazy. They wanted to put a workstation class computer on the desk, cooled by a single fan. We saw how that went with the Intel chip inside, or even some of those razor thin i9 MacBook Pros that started having overheating issues. But now that Apple Silicon has gotten this good and this efficient over time, they're actually able to make tiny, powerful computers like the Mac Studio, and now like this little Mac Mini over here. Nobody was asking for the Mac Mini to be even smaller, except for those people in the spaceship campus somewhere in California. Well played. Well played. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I like how Marquez gets me to care about tech that I wouldn't give a shit about normally. Like, I don't care about Macs, but I do like his perspective on technology. So I will watch. I will watch whatever he does. I need a little bit more something, right? Maybe I don't. Maybe we're coming towards the end here. Yeah. Let's send a little music. Let's send a little music. Let's see here. I'd say likely better to hold Cannonball, as we will likely be filling up his board here. We'll either get a free Magneto. Yep, we're going to get a free Magneto. That's pretty cool. I wonder how Cannonball... Well, no, he only hits the highest power enemy card. But that would be Kyera. But she can be destroyed. It says 1 and 6 cost cards can't be destroyed. She's in play. Yeah. Let's turn her into a rock. Well, 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 well. Get fleeced. Get fucking fleeced. That guy and his 8 cubes.
Got your ass! Woo! Got your ass! Woo!
Hell yeah, dude. Absolutely fleeced. All right, well, since we do seem to be approaching the end of the stream, let's make good on my promise and let the sweet babies in here. I think I saw Bernard sitting at the door as well. So we'll get a little bum rush of the sweet babies.
poop.
Oh my goodness. All the babies. A third baby. I got 3 babies. I got 3 babies in my lap. You don't want to get down. You got the best seat in the house. I wonder if the mic can pick up your purr. D'Artagnan purrs so loudly. And it's Guildenstern. I opened my door and now I've got 6 sweet babies in my stream room. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many sweet babies. Okay, let's do one last game with the babies. Let's win one with the babies. Let's win one with the babies and then call it a night. One last one for the babies. Yeah, one last one with these sweet babies in my lap. Interesting. I mean, no real benefit to him getting Scream. Ooh, what an interesting board. We actually don't want to play Juggernaut. We'll just play Spider-Man and not get a move. Likewise, Craven. He's feeling pretty confident. I wonder why he's feeling so confident. Interesting. He's gonna magic that lane. Hit him with the suck. And actually, let's join him in snapping. Let's all snap for the babies. For the musketeers. Let's snap for the babies. Interesting, but that means he gives me a Shang-Chi. Would have liked to have seen that magic go in the far left lane, but that's pretty good as far as that's concerned. Let's see. Hey, buddy. Gotta be a little gentler with me, okay? Yeah, I think I win on this line. We'll pull Angela here, hit her with the suck, hit her with the stomp. Nobody in that lane to move. No one he can move there. Just
Got your ass! Woo! Got your ass! Woo!
we got him. We got him for the babies. Porthos is so rambunctious now that he's feeling better. You play so rough. You play so rough, sir. He just likes chewing on my fingers. Who can blame him? When I was a kid, I liked sucking on my thumb, so it's only fair. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. Climbed a little bit in Marvel Snap. Here, let's switch back to World of Warcraft. Let's switch back to World of Warcraft. We climbed a little bit in Marvel Snap. We got our mythic Bloodbound Horror. Honey, those claws. I know you think I'm pretty tough because I'm your dad, but you got claws, honey. You gotta be careful with me. You could hurt me. We got the Bloodbound Horror. Yeah, really great day, all things considered. The vibes in this country, the vibes politically, they may be pretty fucked right now, but we've still got our streams. We've still got our games. We're still having a great time. Huge shout outs to Duke Vulture and Disjoint for dropping by. Chamber of Reverberation revealed himself in the chat. I can't be certain if he was a spam bot or not because his name was so immaculate. Usually the spam bots have really incredible names. But if Chamber of Reverberation was real, I'm glad he came by. And of course, don't think I don't see you, Retio Santi. Thank you for always being a reliable lurker. I love whenever I go to end my stream and I see Retio Santi in my chat, lurking as he so often does. Yeah, even my musketeer babies appreciate his support. more babies. Is she sitting up enough for her to be visible? Only just slightly. And she immediately ducked her head down. You? Don't be so camera shy, huh? Don't be so camera shy, huh? Wee. Want to help me do my outro? No? Well, thank you for letting me hold you like a little baby regardless, Aramis. You and your brother sure like being lap buddies. So for me, and Aramis, and Porthos, and D'Artagnan, and Athos, and Bernard, and Guildenstern, and Rosencrantz. From me and all the sweet babies, if you tuned in even for a little bit, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Same Deacons time, same twitch.tv/The Deacons channel. 7 p.m. if all goes well. And I hope it goes well. Something's gotta go well. But until tomorrow, until the next stream, thanks for watching. See ya.